Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be diving into the world of dentistry, but not your typical teeth cleaning appointment. You've shared this video interview with us with Dr. Hassan and Dr. Hussein. These twin dentists in the UK have built like a serious dental empire.
Yeah, and what's so fascinating is how they've combined their clinical expertise with, really sharp business sense to create this multi-million pound business.
Yeah, they're calling themselves the Amazon of dentistry, which is, it's a pretty bold claim.
It is.
But, their revenue jumped at like 500% in a single year. Like, that's insane. From like 12 million pounds to 60 million pounds. So, maybe they're onto something, right? What's the secret sauce here?
I think it's a few things. They're clearly not afraid to move fast and take risks, which is something we see with a lot of successful entrepreneurs. But I think what really stands out is their focus on, building a brand, not just another dental practice.
Okay, so they're not just drilling and filling. They're creating like an experience.
Exactly. They call it your dental suite. And it's all about patient experience and creating a sense of community. And patients are actually choosing your dental suite for the brand itself, not necessarily for a specific dentist, which is pretty unique in the industry.
That's interesting. It's almost like choosing a coffee shop for its vibe rather than a specific barista.
Yeah.
So how does this brand building translate to their business model?
Well, it lets them branch out in some really interesting ways. For example, they've launched Smile White, their own direct-to-consumer clear aligner brand.
Oh, like those Smile Direct Club ads you see everywhere.
Similar, but with a key difference. While those companies focus on at-home impressions and treatment, Smile White keeps dentists involved throughout the process.
Okay, so it's like getting the affordability and convenience of the online model, but with the reassurance of professional oversight.
Exactly.
Clever. And are they pulling in some serious cash with that?
Yeah, they mentioned hitting 750,000 pounds in sales on Black Friday alone.
On Black Friday alone. Wow, that's a testament to their product and their marketing, I guess. They're really savvy about using, these different channels like social media, paid ads. They even mentioned like a mobile tooth fan to generate buzz. It all comes back to what they call the three types of leverage: human resources, media, and money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's unpack this leverage concept. They're clearly putting a lot of emphasis on their team. What's their approach there?
Well, they're all about understanding their team's personal, professional, and financial goals and using the company as like a platform to help them achieve those goals. They even rewarded their team with get this, a 140,000 pound private jet trip to Ibiza.
Wow. That's a serious incentive. You can bet their employees are motivated.
Right. It's not just about the perks, though. They genuinely seem to care about their employees' well-being and growth.
So they've got this, UK success story going, a strong team, a unique business model. What's next for these ambitious twins?
Global domination, of course. They're planning to expand into the U.S., starting with New York and Miami.
Interesting choice of locations. What's the strategy behind that?
Well, they're targeting areas with high population density, a high cost of living, which makes their affordable options more appealing, and a market that's already pretty familiar with, direct-to-consumer dental products.
That makes sense. But I'm curious to see how their brand, which feels very British, will translate to the American market. And can they replicate their UK success in a completely new landscape?
Those are the million-dollar questions. We'll have to wait and see. But one thing's for sure, they're not afraid of a challenge.
Speaking of challenges, let's shift gears a bit and talk about their personal lives. And they've got this incredible business. They're making serious money. What's life like for them outside of dentistry?
Well, despite their, lavish lifestyle, they emphasize the importance of family and faith. They talk about how their parents instilled strong values in them. And it seems like they're still searching for the right partners, really prioritizing their ambitions for now.
So Ferraris and family values, it's an interesting mix.
It is. It makes you wonder, can you have it all? The Lamborghinis and a fulfilling personal life.
Maybe that's what they're trying to figure out. But before we get too philosophical, let's dive back into their business strategies. In part 2, we'll unpack their marketing approach, their use of technology, and how they built such a strong team culture. See you there.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're continuing our exploration of Dr. Hassan and Dr. Hussein, the twin dentists who are disrupting the dental industry in the UK.
Yeah, last time we were talking about their incredible growth, their unique brand-building strategy, and their ambitious plans for global expansion.
Right. We touched on their savvy use of marketing and technology, so let's kind of delve deeper into those areas. They seem to have a real knack for reaching the right audience with the right message at the right time.
Well, they did mention those three types of leverage: human resources, media, and money. They're certainly not shy about investing in what works.
Exactly, and they're smart about how they use those levers. For example, they mention building a development team in Madrid, specifically to create the tech infrastructure they need to manage this rapid growth.
Hmm, that's big investment. It shows they're thinking long-term and
Yeah,
really committed to scaling their business.
absolutely. They've also talked about the importance of building a personal brand alongside their company brand. They're active on social media, sharing insights about dentistry and entrepreneurship, and really connecting with their audience.
So they're not just relying on traditional advertising. They're building a community around their brand that's really smart, especially in today's digital age.
Yeah, and it's clearly working. They've managed to attract patients from all over the UK, not just their local area. This ability to transcend geographical limitations is a hallmark of a successful online brand.
It also allows them to tap into a wider pool of talent. Remember, they mentioned that some of their sales team members are earning more than the average UK dentist.
It's a testament to their unique incentive structure and their commitment to rewarding high performers. They're not just attracting dentists, they're attracting top sales talent from other industries.
It makes you wonder if they've created like a blueprint for others to follow. Could this model be replicated in other healthcare sectors?
That's an interesting question. While dentistry has some unique characteristics, the principles they're applying, building a strong brand, leveraging technology, focusing on patient experience, are certainly transferable.
Let's talk more about their technology. They mentioned having like a custom-built app. What role does that play in their business?
It seems to be a key part of their patient experience and internal operations. They're using it to streamline bookings, manage patient records, and even provide virtual consultations.
So it's almost like they've created their own digital ecosystem for dentistry.
Yes, and this focus on tech allows them to operate more efficiently, reach more patients, and gather valuable data to inform their decision making.
Yeah, it sounds like they've really cracked the code when it comes to combining clinical expertise with a tech-savvy approach. But with all this talk about technology and expansion, it's easy to forget that at its core, dentistry is about people.
You're absolutely right, and that's something that Dr. Hassan and Dr. Hussein seem to understand very well. They've talked about the importance of building a strong company culture, one that values both individual achievement and teamwork.
Right, they've mentioned their philosophy of understanding their team's personal goals and using the company as a platform to help them achieve those goals. It goes beyond just offering perks and bonuses. It's about creating a genuinely supportive and empowering environment.
And it's reflected in their team's loyalty and enthusiasm. It's clear they've managed to create something special, a workplace where people feel valued and motivated to contribute their best.
Yeah, that's so important, especially in a field as demanding as healthcare. And it's a reminder that business success is ultimately about people. It's about creating a team that shares your vision and is passionate about achieving it together.
Their upcoming expansion into the U.S. will be a real test of their leadership and team-building skills. Can they replicate this positive culture in a new market with different cultural norms and expectations?
That's something we'll be watching closely. But for now, let's shift gears and explore another facet of their success: their ability to blend seemingly contradictory elements. They're high-achieving entrepreneurs with a taste for luxury, yet they also emphasize traditional values like family and faith.
It's an interesting juxtaposition. They've talked about how their parents instilled in them a strong work ethic and a belief in giving back to the community.
So it's not just about building a successful business. It's about building a life of meaning and purpose. In the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore this tension between material success and personal values.
We'll also discuss the key takeaways from their story and what lessons we can apply to our own lives and careers.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've spent the last two episodes really unpacking the story of Dr. Hassan and Dr. Hussein, these twin dentists who are shaking up the industry over in the UK.
Yeah, it's been fascinating to see how they've blended their clinical skills with this, like sharp business acumen and a real understanding of marketing and technology.
We've covered their impressive growth, their brand building strategy, their expansion plans, and even their team culture. But now let's kind of zoom out and see what lessons we can take away from their journey.
Yeah.
What stands out to you as the most valuable takeaway?
Well, I think one of the biggest lessons here is the importance of challenging assumptions. They didn't just accept the traditional slow growth model in dentistry. They questioned it, they innovated, and they weren't afraid to take risks. That mindset is so crucial for anyone looking to make a real impact.
Yeah, they really flipped the script on what a dental practice could be.
Hmm.
It's more than just cleanings and fillings. It's about creating a brand and experience, a community.
And that brand building allowed them to launch new ventures like Smile White, their direct-to-consumer clear aligner brand. It shows the power of diversification and how a strong brand can open up those doors to new opportunities.
They're also masters of leverage. They've strategically used human resources, media, and money to fuel their growth. That tooth fan they mentioned is a great example of creative, attention-grabbing marketing.
Absolutely. And their approach to team building is incredibly insightful. They see their company as a platform for their employees to achieve their dreams, not just a place to work. That's a powerful way to attract and retain top talent.
Right. They even mentioned how they analyze their employees' personal, professional, and financial goals to try and align those with the company's growth.
Yeah, that's the kind of leadership that creates a truly engaged and motivated workforce. It's about fostering a culture of mutual success where everyone benefits from the company's growth.
But it's not all about profits and expansion. They've also emphasized the importance of family faith and giving back to the community. It's refreshing to see entrepreneurs who prioritize values alongside financial success.
It highlights the importance of finding balance. They seem to have found a way to enjoy the fruits of their labor, the Ferraris, the travel, while staying grounded in their core values. It's a reminder that you don't have to choose between success and living a meaningful life.
It's like they're proving you can be ambitious and driven while still staying true to yourself, and that's something I think we can all aspire to. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one big question you think our listeners should be asking themselves?
I think the question is this: what assumptions am I holding on to that might be limiting my potential? What can I learn from Dr. Hassan and Dr. Hussein's journey to challenge those assumptions and achieve something extraordinary? They've shown us that anything is possible if you're willing to think differently, work hard, and build a great team around you.
It's inspiring, isn't it? It's a reminder that success doesn't always follow a straight path. Sometimes it takes a bit of audacity, a lot of hard work, and a willingness to go against the grain. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you've walked away with some valuable insights and maybe even a little bit of inspiration to pursue your own dreams.